As a beginner artist, I think it's quite common to fall into the mindset of, well, I have to learn how to get good so I can actually start drawing the things I like. So you go Ultra Sigma mode and you lock in for like hours upon hours, just studying the fundamentals, doing figure drawing, long studies you'll spend all day long at, and you'll just kind of low-key bring yourself out every time. And all of a sudden, you're like, wow, this sucks, but this is what I wanted to do, right? Then why is it so boring? I mean, sure, I was better 1 year ago, but why does it still feel like a chore to get my daily drawing sessions in sometimes? Then I start this whole journey to make something. Why am I just practicing to get better at practicing? I mean, when I designed my own Pokemon, it helped sometimes, maybe because it was a simpler style that helped me ease into it, but I wanted to do more. I wanted to draw humans in all kinds of cool and epic poses, make a world with cool designs, write and draw interactions, and have a dope magic system, you know, make a story. That was the whole reason why I got into art to begin with. I mean, I've made characters before. I've made a Sonic OC, I've made a D&D OC, which I really liked. So I thought, why don't I just make more? I've been dabbling in stylization earlier this year, and I thought it would be good for a while to just do that, but then I thought, wait a second, why don't I just use this knowledge to draw a unique character with a recognizable face and design? So when you see this character, you instantly know that it's the character. And I did! I was brewing something in my mind for a while, you know, making that AMV in my head, and I thought, what the hell? I'll just make a small little sketch. I'll even mix together some features of people I want this character to have, you know, just like trace them real quickly, get an idea, then use that as a reference. So I did. Then a full picture with a full body, with some perspective, some clothes too, because, you know, I've been studying clothes as well, because they're really hard. And then I rendered the whole thing, and wow! Somehow I studied colors, clothing, and rendering, all while drawing this new character. I'm not really too good at facial expressions yet, so I drew this character again, but with different expressions. And this was fun because it not only helped me understand how facial expressions actually work, but how they look on faces with different features. As clearly I couldn't find my girl's, you know, unique face with all these different expressions and use them as a reference, I had to like really think about like the shapes, like when someone frowns, like what does that do to their face, you know, what does that do to their nose, their eyebrows, to their mouth, their eyes. You know, I had to think about all of that and then implement it into this new unique face. And it was really good practice to keep the consistency down and make sure it looks like the same character all the time. Anytime I wanted to practice drawing clothes, I would just draw my OC in these clothes. Or what about sketching a whole background and stuff too? So I did. I made it. You know, this took me like 3 hours or something, and I actually quite like how it came out. It's not perfect, of course. You know, I'm a perfectionist, but I'm trying to get rid of that as well, because if my OC doesn't look perfect, that's okay, as long as it looks like her. Sketching my OC in particular was super fun. Just sketches, honestly. I've really fallen in love with sketching as long as it's my OC. Seeing all these amazing artists on Twitter, and they have these quote-unquote sketches that straight up just look amazing. Okay, mine don't look like that at all, but they look good. Like, I was mostly happy with them. Like, I could produce something within an hour, or maybe even half an hour, which I would be like, wow, I made this. This is actually so cool. Like, kind of a style to it as well. Like, I even participated in one of those, you know, those Twitter OC clothing trends for once. They didn't turn out too well, but it was fun. Like, it was genuinely fun, and that's something I haven't felt in a long time with art. Well, not truly as much as I feel now. It made my expectation of perfection go way down. I mean, as long as it looks like my girl, even vaguely, I did a good job. And I started to worry less about how good my figure drawing looked even. Even having, I don't know, fun with figure drawing, never imagined, honestly. Like, if it doesn't look perfect, who cares, right? Because if I can get the bad drawings out of the way, then maybe, when I'm lucky, I'll draw my character really well. I mean, sure, of course, regular studies are still important, but the importance and fun for my own mental health of making my own little goober, that can't be beat. You know, getting the consistency was a bit hard, especially the style. Like, I don't know exactly what style I have. I think it's like semi-realism. That's at least what I want to aim for. But people told me, like, yeah, that's the same character in every picture. Because of that, I also started making a reference sheet, which is like super fun because it's like, me making a reference sheet? I had to draw her face like tons of times, and it's like, look at me, a beginner artist, making a reference sheet. I always thought you had to be like intermediate or something, but no. And you know what? Maybe I'll start drawing fun little comics too, with all their goobers I got in my mind. I got 2 more in my mind, and I'm just very excited about it. And here I am, you know, just making my own world, not like adding to a world like I did with my Figmon designs, but making my own. right now I just have my main girl, which is Singe. She's like the main character, I guess. She's a woman in her early 30s, trying to figure out stuff, much later than most. Oh, and she also has like heat powers based on my kinetic energy magic system, with a whole theme of change and moving forward baked into this supposed story on my mind, you know, again, making those AMVs on my head. Maybe I'll get into that one day, or maybe in a few years, or maybe even a few months, I'll have another OC, another story. But right now, I'm just loving what I'm making right now. Making an OC, making a reference sheet, making goobers in my mind. Never thought that would happen. But yeah, if you're also a beginner artist, or just someone stuck in the, you know, endless cycle of grinding, I implore you to create your own thing. Like, even if it sucks, even if you absolutely hate it, even if you'll change your mind in a few years, you'll look good, you'll look fondly back on it. I promise. Just, please, create. I mean, that's why you started this whole thing, isn't it? So, just make stuff.